79, line 4.
Moach, Les,
Lee,
Lies, Loach, Noach, Mies,
Mish,
Mish, Loach, Or, Cha.
Mitsuyan Mordechai. And we're off to lesson 18, where we had the Faye and the Faye Sophie. And we have Mordechai again, page 83, line 3.
Musaf, Ter,
Tier,
Tir, Dov, Harif, Machalif, Te'esov.
Mitsuyan Mordechai. Super. Okay, coming down the home stretch, lesson 19, where we have a variation in sound with some vowel ab looking like an a pronounced as an o. And we have a reader on page 88, and our volunteer was Tova? Yeah? Line, you could do line 4? Okay.
No, oh me.
Yep.
So ho Ryan. Oh ho lo. Oh ho lecha. No ho rot. Po oh lo.
Mitsuyan. Okay, that was a tough one. She made it look easy, but it was hard. And we are at the end. The last chapter was another variation in reading, and we have Chaim demonstrating the boy, line 1 on page 92. Chaim.
Goy, oi, koi, noi, in my voice.
Give them a big hand. Yes. I think they did record time meeting, right? Yes. 7 seconds? Okay. They are really good. We need to get more practice. They have the skills. When we finish lesson 20, what it means is that they have the skills and they can read. And with more practice, they will be right up here on the bima with Abba and Ima and with the rabbi who so wonderfully joined us. And we will move ahead together. It's been a pleasure to teach this class. They are the most physically active class I've ever had. They are. They have a lot of energy, but as I told Safta, Grandma here, their mental energy matches their physical energy, really, in this class. And so we are very blessed to have super kids. And I thank you all for coming, and now I'll turn the program over to Ima.
I'd like to say, like to offer a word of reflection on this moment. We call it siyum, which means conclusion, but really it's just the beginning. And I just wanted to share a word about that particular tension. A joke, a story, and a lesson. And the joke, I think you all know. There's a very wonderful Hebrew school teacher named, I don't know, pick a name out of that hat. Gilda, we'll just say, all right. Zahava. And she's very pious and very dedicated. And she comes to shul every day. And every day she says, God, I'm so devoted to you. If you could just do me one little favor, I need to win the lottery. And I'll do anything you want. She, cooks meals for the poor every day, and she gives tzedakah, and she visits the saint every day. God, please, buy me. Please help me win the lottery. Etc. Repeat. And then, so finally, she has a vision, and she's so frustrated. God, you know, why won't you, you know, let me win the lottery? That's all I ask. I've been so good my whole life. And the vision, it's the prophet Elijah speaking on behalf of God, and says to her, Zahava, meet me halfway. Buy a ticket. All right, now, keep that in mind. Part 2, that's the joke. The story is about, it's the high holidays, and there's a shepherd boy, and he's a little embarrassed because he doesn't know any of the prayers, he doesn't know how to read from the Machzor, and but undaunted, he comes to the high holidays, and he sits in the back, and he can't open the book, but he says, all right, God, here's, I don't know any of these fancy prayers, I'm not so learned, but I do know the Aleph Bet, and God, you're a much better prayer writer than I am, so I'm just going to say these letters. You arrange them into words and into prayers on my behalf. And the tradition says of all the prayers that God heard that day, that one was the most sweet. So what's the lesson? We're not sure of what the future is going to be for all these children. We know that where we hope, we can expect, we can guess that some of them are going to wind up spending a good amount of time in Israel. Some of them are going to spend a great amount of time in Jewish summer camp. We hope that all of them will spend a lot of time here in our Hebrew school, in our services. We're not sure, but we're not 100% sure what's going to happen. But even in that story where it sounds like God is taking all the action, there was kind of a minimum. There was kind of a meet me halfway moment of like with the joke. Meet me halfway. What was the meet me halfway with this poor shepherd boy? Knowing the Aleph Bet. That's the ticket. That's the foot in the door. That's the starting point. There's going to be some point, I know for sure, that each one of these kids is going to be asked, hey, can you read this blessing?
Maybe.
Can you come up here and have an aliyah? Can you read this word in Hebrew? Oh, you're Jewish? Here, what does this say? There's going to be that moment. Now, we hope that all of our kids are going to become great scholars and very learned about all sorts of things Jewish. But there's that moment of you're in, that you can say, I know this. I can do this. I'm a member of this group. And for some of the adults here who might not have had that moment, you know what it's like to not have that. You know, what does this say? And this great gift that we give our children of this ability, of this starting point, of this, you have something that you have mastered that sets you apart. You're part of a wonderful tradition. You can say, yes, I can read this. Yes, this is Hebrew. It's not the language that any of my classmates in public school knows, and I know it. I'm part of something special. That's that first lottery ticket. That's that first, you've won something wonderful here. It took a lot of work, and you've done a tremendous job, and we know that there'll be other great steps along the way to greater knowledge and abilities. But this is such a wonderful cause to celebrate, this first accomplishment that sets you apart, that makes you part of this wonderful, cherished tradition of ours. So I commend you. I say Mazal Tov, and Yishar Kochachem, may you go from strength to strength. Look forward to even greater accomplishments in the future.